in an election that has been dominated by the ruling party on the issues of nationalism, on the issues of national security, keeping the country safe, this is a state which sends quite a lot of members to the armed forces. Is that the dominant narrative in Haryana going into polls on Sunday?
Well, let me go to the background of this. In 2014, the people of Haryana expected some kind of a magnum opus of politics from Mr. Modi. And that is the reason BJP had no base in Haryana, and they voted Modi into power, and they had, BJP had 7 out of the 10 seats. But the problem this time around is that though Modi is all over, there's some kind of a wave through the media, but on the ground, whether that wave is there, that is very questionable. If we look at yesterday's rally in Kurukshetra, the kind of enthusiasm which was there in 2014 is missing. So in that sense, it may not really work out all that well for the BJP. Though the problem is that Haryana is a kind of an island. The people in Haryana vote for the intangible. So in that sense, as you said about national security, Balaghat strikes and all that, it looks fine. And probably there would be voters who would vote for intangible stuff. But there's bigger intangible thing in Haryana, which is that, they vote for the caste influence of whether you're a Jat, whether they had a Jat chief minister, which they did not have. That mattered a lot to the Haryanvi voter. And in that, Huda is a Jat. The caste influence, the Jat influence is too much within the Congress. The Congress gets a lot of Jat voters. So in that sense, Huda and the entire Congress party can really kind of looks like reverse a lot of what happened in 2014.
As Mr. Chandel has said, this Haryana is a very peculiar island, People do not, basically in Haryana, if you look at it, and which I have spoken to the people across the state, it is a candidates versus candidate fight. There is no Modi wave at present. Had it been a Modi wave, the way Mr. Modi yesterday in Kurukshetra spoke about all the so-called abuses by the opposition parties, rather to tell the agenda what he is going to do in the state and what his state will go do in the state. He discussed the abuses, he discussed so many past things, and he asked the voters to vote because he has an affiliation with the Haryana and Haryanvis, because when he was a Sangh Pracharak, he and Mr. Khattar used to travel on the two-wheeler scooter. So one can understand the narrative what he was selling in the market. But Haryana being Haryana, it's a very volatile, very agile, very aggressive, very prosperous state. People want their candidates to work for them. And as the reports are coming from the different constituencies like Kurukshetra, like Karnal, this Bhiwani also, people are opposing the candidates when their candidates are visiting their respective constituencies. So it's a very peculiar situation in the state right now.